So most of the constructed decks that I've shown you guys are pretty basic all-around decks that can both be played in the early game or scale fairly well into the late game. My favorite deck in this game that I've played so far is this Vladimir deck, but I've been having a lot of fun with this Yasuo Stun Recall deck. I've been messing around with a Karma Enlightened deck and a few other decks out there. But I want to show you guys the most broken card in this game, and that is Anivia. Anivia and this ramp deck is pretty busted. So essentially the reason is just all because of Anivia, right? Anivia is a character that she levels up by turning into Anivia, where at the start of the round, she will transform back into Anivia and level up. And the way that she turns into Anivia is through dying. So what that means is that once you play Anivia, your opponent never wants to kill her. There is not a silence in this game that you can really use. There's not, no real abilities that you can use. What you have to do to deal with Anivia is kill her once and then use a spell to kill the egg. Most often you have to use 2 board removal spells, which is really busted. I mean, she is a super strong character, and I want to show you guys this ramp deck with her. This is going to be, I think, the first ramp deck that I have made a video on, and I'm excited to do it. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So for those of you unfamiliar with the terminology, a ramp deck is essentially a deck where you are trying to get to the late game as quickly as possible, and you're just trying to prepare yourself to drop a bunch of late game crazy monsters. Like we have 3 She Who Yeets in this deck, as well as 3 Anivias. We also have a Tryndamere, I think 2 Tryndamers, and a number of other great late game cards. Here's one, a 12 mana card, which you max out at 10 mana. We have to have full mana plus 2 spell mana to use that. But yeah, we're mostly just going through with a few early drops here, and then we're going to see if we can... There's a few different spell cards that you can use to get bonus mana, to get quicker mana, and we are going to try and use those. Looks like this guy might be going for a ramp deck too. He passed turn 1. He doesn't really do anything turn 2. Avorzian, however you say that, Avarosian Hearthguard is another solid card to have in this deck. When we play him, if we can play him on turn 5, he will deal, or he will give +1/+1 to every other card that we have in our deck, and in our hand too. Or no, just in our deck. Never mind. But we cannot play him yet. Okay. Not really super good draws for us. I think I just have to pass this. I mean, I'm not going to use Vengeance on a 1/1 Spiderling. There's no real reason. No reason to use Grasp or anything like that either, you know. Okay, here we go, though. We get the Anivia. Now, Anivia is just... She's something else. We'll go ahead, turn 5, obviously play Avorzian. Then turn 6, play Anivia. The one thing that is a little bit not super great about Anivia is that she cannot block. So that means I am not going to be able to use her to set up for a, I can't use her to block someone and then kill her that way. So she will then turn into Anivia and level up. The enemy has to be the one that's attacking her, or the enemy has to be the one that's blocking while I'm attacking with her, or there's a few other ways that you can use your own cards to kill her. I did just make a video, I think it was one of the last few videos I made on the previous window that Legends of Runeterra was available, where I did a Shadow Isles deck. Shadow Isles might be my second favorite. That might be my second favorite deck behind Crimson, because it's so cool being able to, focus so hard on killing your own cards. And that is obviously a deck that works very well with Anivia as well. If you take the, the Butcher, all the other guys out there that are kill your own cards characters, it's really, you will have a lot of great opportunities to, you'll have a lot of great opportunities to kill Anivia that way. That was interesting. I wonder if he has wave clear. But yeah, anyway, because I just made a video on that, I feel like this is probably maybe a little bit more exciting and fun. So here I think I'm going to go ahead and place Anivia. This is one of the cards I was hoping to get earlier on, Warding Stones or Wireding Stones, however you say that. You guys know I'm not good at saying things. It's not a 1-5 normally. It's normally a 0-4. Ooh, that was buffed, wasn't it? It was a 0-3 last patch. It's normally a 0-4 that at the start of your round you will gain an extra mana gem that round. So if you can keep that alive, you will always have extra mana gems up, which is obviously a very big, pretty useful thing. I'm just going to attack with Anivia.
For my homeland.
He already doesn't have a super good play. What's that? So this is the thing. He has 5 mana right now. If he can kill this Anivia, that's pretty neat. Okay, I actually don't know how this interaction works. Yeah, the egg, he thought what was going to happen was Anivia would die, it would replace the egg, then the egg would get killed by that turret, but that's not how it works. He now has to use some spell or something this turn to kill the egg, or Anivia is going to be leveled up. And Heimer is getting really annoying. I have to use that on him next turn, I think.
Eternal winter.
Yeah, the really annoying thing is there's one card in the I think it's a card that's in the Ionia deck where it will give you'll make two ephemeral copies of an ally that you have on your bench. And so what that means is, yeah, this isn't going to work either, is it? I don't think this is how it works. I think I'll do this though. That's actually dumb because that's not gonna kill these because they have toughness. But I feel like killing that is pretty important.
Added to the bug list.
So again, Anivia dies, but she comes back as an egg. I end my turn. He can attack. I'm not gonna block with the egg. I can't block with the egg actually. And now she comes back again. How busted is that? This is one of the most frustrating things to play against. It is not fun at all. I'm going to go ahead and play a Vorzian here.
We fight for one Freljord.
I guess I'll just save that for the heal. Again, he tries to... See, it's got to be so infuriating to be him. Okay, that's fine. Again, I don't really mind. I don't care. And I guess I may as well play this. Not really a reason not to. Okay, so there he does finally kill the Anivia. But that... Firstly... Pause a moment here and take a second to think about how many cards he just used to kill Anivia and how long it took. I had a 6 mana drop that just took about 5 of his cards out of his 40 card deck to kill and deal with, which is, I mean, that is insane. But on top of that, I not only have other Anivias in this deck, but I also have other ways of getting Anivia on the board. Like I might try and set up for a War Mother's Call.
They will learn to fear the sun.
Discard top 5 cards of your deck and deal 1 to all enemies for each spell discarded. Ooh, okay. Here's some RNG. I think I actually want to use this on her. I have 2 of them. I can afford to. May as well. Why not?
Behold my masterwork.
That is 2 spells, so he'll deal 2 damage. Correct? Yes. And we are perfectly fine with that. Now, I will not play this guy. Maybe I should have played him last turn instead of Vengeance, but I want to fill up my spell mana so I can do War Mother's Call. Because essentially, with this being a ramp deck, that means that every single card that I have that's a minion is something that is either broken and busted, or it's Warding Stones or Sentries. That is everything I have. So what this means, summon the top unit from our deck now, and each start of a round. So this means every single round I'm going to summon the top unit from my deck, which some of them are pretty busted. I don't like the phrasing R. The first time I read this card, I thought it meant both characters, and I did not use a deny to stop it. That is the worst misplay I've ever made while playing this game. Wasn't happy. So right there, She Who Yeets, 12-12. A little unfortunate that I don't get to play her, because if I play her, which means, you know, putting her out of my hand, she will obliterate everybody who has 4 power or less, both in play and in that guy's hand, which is really strong, obviously. May as well attack with this. No reason not to. I guess I could have saved that by not attacking with it, but it doesn't really matter. It's not important. So lift me twice. He is not in a good position, because not only do I have She Who Wanders, but even if he kills her, I have like 2 more of her in the deck. That I still have 2 Anivias that, you know, one of them is going to be summoned each turn. So he does a little bit of wave clear, but I still have that big thing. Now let's see what we get this turn. Okay, an Evorzean Hearthguard. He's given +1/+1 to everything in the deck now. And I guess I'll put this Sentry down this turn as well. And this is the thing with the ramp deck. Like, once you get past a certain point, you just kind of win the game. I'll probably do at least one more game of this, because this has been a fairly slow match. But, you know, this is a good example of a game where, you know, now that we're in the late game, there is no card that I can't play. I have a lot of these crazy high-cost cards, like kill all units, 9 mana. That sounds like a lot, but we're already at turn 10 plus, so it's not difficult for me to play any of my cards. Yeah, he can do that, but I got another one in the deck. I'll just pass. And pass. Whereas, you know, assuming he has a more balanced deck, he doesn't have anything that he can do. Look at that. Look at that. Play. Why not? Now if he has anything in his hand, he can't play it to try and stop the incoming damage. Looks like he didn't have anything. Maybe he only has spells. Shouldn't that have given me a draw? What's that? He's playing Shadow Isles, so he could have this, the Ruination, which would kill all my units. No. That should be game. Nope, not quite. That's fine, though. I mean, the game is over, obviously. Even if he has some sort of crazy late game cards, I simply have more of them. I applaud this guy for not surrendering, though. Most people surrender pretty quickly once they lose in this game. And it can be a little bit annoying because you don't ever get to actually pull off your amazing, sweet combos. I'm going to use another War Mother's Call. I mean, he must know the game's over, right? We have a 13-13, a 13-8, 11-7. Let's just do another one.
The warrior goes where they are needed.
By comparison, of course, he is a 1-3. And one card in his hand. And that should be game.
Stand together.
Good game. Well played. There it is. All right, let's do another game and see if we can get some better ramp. And also maybe a player who's a little bit more aggressive in the early game just to show you how effective this deck is, even when someone's trying to rush you down. So here's a really good start with a really good hand where we have two of the catalysts, which we want to be playing as soon as possible. Okay, we'll have to see if this guy's aggro or not. Looks like he has a Shadow Isles deck. Shadow Isles Ionia. That could be one. Yeah, where it's a Last Breath deck. He's trying to have a lot of different Last Breath units, which that could actually be a little bit frustrating. A little bit annoying.
Hang on, Buzzball.
Hey,
I'm going to pass here.
Full speed ahead.
So part of what makes a successful ramp deck successful is having heals, which we will have here. So we're back up to full 20 health. I could play him, but I'm not going to. The reason I'm not going to is because I think he's going to maybe be dropping some more stuff, and I can use Avalanche to kill hopefully all of it while not killing my own guy, placing my own guy after that. We're not going to be worried about attacking him with minions for a little while anyway because we have another crystal. What are you going to play, man? Going to rope me? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I can't really do anything there. We have two avalanches, but me activating his last breaths is never really something that's super fun. I will skip the block and use another catalyst, and then use the sentry.
see the Debastian border from here.
Using the sentry now because there is a... Yeah, there is a reason to. Now a double avalanche could be good if we could get both of these guys dead. Or we could just play Anivia. Now this is interesting. This is interesting. It's interesting because if we play Anivia, we would obviously kill everybody on their team. But then we could do double avalanche next turn. And not only would that kill both of the abominations that are summoned by the Cursed Keepers, but it would also kill the Anivia, obviously.
Here in your time of need.
And then that would level her up. The only thing that would be tricky is if he somehow deals 1 damage to Anivia, which means I probably shouldn't attack with her this turn. Let's see if he's figured out my deck. Ooh. I'm surprised he's using that on him and not on them.
Strange glow.
Oh.
Let's soar!
Yeah. Just do this.
Safeguard our homes.
because I'll be able to do it next turn, right? I'll have 6 mana. No, I already ramped up. He'll have 6 mana. I'll have, what, 8? Plus 2 spell mana, so I can definitely use Avalanche twice. The only problem is he can get some damage off with the Abominations if he attacks before placing anything else. That would obviously be inefficient because he'll have 6 mana and presumably some sort of drop.
Hold up.
Yeah, let's see if he understands what I'm doing here.
Strike them down.
Here's Anivia's ability, which I realize I actually haven't even mentioned. Anivia's ability is that she'll deal 1 damage to everything. Does that include a champion? Yeah, all enemies. Plus, when she levels up, she does 2 damage.
I am the blade
Ooh.
in the darkness.
Oh, you are not going to be happy to see what I have next turn. He might still be happy. If he attacks right now, he can get some serious damage. What are you going to do, man? He's thinking about it. He's thinking, do I want to attack or do I want to place something? And I would suggest you place something, dude. Also, now that we're at more than 9 mana, we can also just use the Ruination, which I'm kind of thinking we should maybe do now. We'll see if he places something. What's that? Oh, yeah, we got to use Ruination now. I'll have a turn to do something, right? Hang on. He'll use that spell, so then I'll get a turn after, right? Because if not, I should be using this on him immediately. I have to learn this.
Our numbers grow.
Yes, I have a turn. Oh, he's got to be so sad. He doesn't have mana even if he has a deny. And then that's the power of the ramp deck. Now we have the Anivia. She will respawn. Oh, he's sad, man. He's sad. He's so sad. Oh, I feel dirty. I feel dirty doing that to him. Honestly, this deck is something that I don't know if I would even recommend you play it because it's almost too easy. Like all the Anivia decks right now are too easy. And because there's not a ranked mode right now, there isn't really a reason to play it. You know, you shouldn't really be playing for the sake of winning. You should be playing for the sake of fun at the moment. So, yeah, I don't know if I would recommend it, but it certainly is very, very good. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I will, of course, be back with some more decks and some more Runeterra videos in the upcoming days, as this is still on the live servers for another 3 days, 4 days, whatever it is we have left. So I will see you all in that next video. But until then, thank you very much for watching. Good luck in solo queue and have a wonderful day.